Gert Jan, good afternoon.
Welcome
to the show, to the stand of AVI News at the VIV trade show here in Utrecht, Netherlands. Gert Jan is the chairman of the Dutch Association for the Poultry Processing Industry.
Right.
Am I correct?
You're totally right.
It was too many words, but okay.
No.
It is. Could you explain a little what the organization does?
The Dutch Poultry Processing Industry members are all member of NIPLUVI. That's the name of our brand. And that means that 100% of all chickens who are slaughtered in the Netherlands, the companies are member of NIPLUVI. For over 40 years, we are 100% organized. We are actually the voice from our members, from slaughterhouses and cutting plants, and we talk to politics. We are responsible for certificates for export, and we are busy with legislations. We are busy with social affairs. So we have 9 people employed, based in Veenendaal, pretty in the center of the Netherlands, and 9 people working for this association.
Okay. How many companies are members of this association?
We got 60 members. And it's
60? 60?
60, 60, yes,
Okay.
60 members, and 17 of them are slaughterhouses.
Okay.
And the others are cutting plants, traders and cold stores.
Further processing.
For the process.
Yeah, yeah. And what is the entire volume that you're representing? How many tons of?
We slaughter about 2 million chickens per day, 5 days a week, so 10 million per week. And our export position is about 3 billion euros per year.
And what percentage does that represent compared to the entire Dutch production?
That's
The export rate?
That's the total production.
Yeah, that's the total production.
That's the total production. A part of them stays in the Netherlands in the retail, but also in the food services, and the other part is for export. We also have a special halal market. Some slaughterhouses are specialized for halal. Some slaughterhouses are only on export, and some we also have a duck slaughterhouse. And we have some slaughterhouses who slaughter old chickens laying hens and parent stock when they are done laying. And that's about 3 billion per year, about 2.5 billion per year in euro stays within the European Union. About 500 million euros goes to third countries outside of the European Union. And mostly they are products that we do not consume ourselves, like the pass of the feed, and we do not consume. It's going for export.
No.
We need that. We need export to make money.
Yeah, I can imagine so. Yeah. That is the strength of the Dutch poultry business, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And a big part of it is about 30% of our productions are slow growers. It's an agreement between the Dutch retail, the slaughterhouses, and the Dutch poultry farmers.
30%.
30% of
30.
Yep.
Yes,
30 of the total production is slow grower, or we call it 1-star better leven, and that goes to the retail.
Yeah.
So in the fresh market, in the retail, the consumers can only buy slow growers. They cannot buy other chickens anymore.
No. Do you see that share growing?
Yes, it's growing. It's growing very fast, and I think that the members of NIPLUVI who went that way took the strategy because it's harder to compete against Poland, Ukraine, when the after war, of course, like MSP. So they didn't want to lose market, so they chose for that market, and that market is actually between Berlin, London, and Paris. You see the western part of Europe, and people still can afford to buy to pay a little bit more for a chicken, and that's the decision. And besides of that, of course, I said we have the halal market. Some go only for export and choose for halal market. And some of them take for food service, convenience, but also Kentucky Fried Chicken, McDonald's, and Burger King, and whatever.
Do you experience any influence of the war in Ukraine on the production of
Yes.
poultry?
Yes, that's it's a big influence because the feed prices go up very fast because
Yeah.
a lot of the wheat coming out of Ukraine normally. So the feed prices go very up high at the moment. And the other side, one of our members is importing meat from MHP from Ukraine, and from one on the other day, the import dropped to zero, and now they start up again. Because there's an association between one side, the European Union, and Ukraine, that Ukraine is allowed to bring in 70,000 tons of chicken meat into the European Union. So that's the quota they have. Yeah.
That's quite a bit. Yeah. What are the challenges that you see for the Dutch poultry industry, for the processing industry?
The biggest challenge is to keep the license to produce. There's a lot of pressure of NGOs and politics. We even have a political party for the animals, they call them. They think animals are more important than people, or they're equal. Yeah. So, and they, of course, they have a lot of influence. So that's one of our biggest challenges. And the other biggest challenge is to turn around. You know what I said to slow growers, for the farmers to get a license to enlarge their houses and outdoor equipment. So it's hard to get a license. So.
And that is not too easy, you would
No,
say,
it's not
particularly not in the Netherlands, because of its restrictions, legislation, and so on.
It's very hard on the environment, and the other challenge is can we play our role in the world production? But if you take a look at the world production, the demand on animal protein, it will grow till with 60% till the year 2050, 50. Because we go from 7 to almost 10 billion people. So and in the 7 billion people, there are 2 billion people who do not have access to a hot meal every day now, but they will get more welfare, and so in the future they will have that too. So and we do not have more soil, more ground, no more space. So it's very hard to keep producing for the whole world. So there's a big challenge.
On an efficient basis, you would say.
On an efficient basis, and you see what we do is a slow grower. It's actually going in the other direction. But that's the luxury and the money and the demand of the people over here. They want to pay for it. So that's but it's up to my members, of course. But that's not what we as Niprufi decide. That's what my members decide.
Future will tell.
The future will tell. Hope to learn a lot.
Okay. Thanks for the interview, Gert Jan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.